Humans have been cremating their dead for tens of thousands of years. Evidence suggests cremation was practiced in the early Stone Age, around 30,000 BCE. Early cremation sites have been discovered across continents, from Europe and the Near East to Asia and the Americas. While burial was favored in early agricultural societies, cremation became increasingly common during the late Stone Age and Bronze Age. The reasons for cremation's early adoption varied. Some cultures viewed fire as purifying, releasing the spirit from the physical body. Others saw it as a practical solution in nomadic societies or during times of plague. Cremation declined in popularity with the rise of Christianity, which favored burial as a symbol of resurrection. Ancient Greece and Rome provide fascinating glimpses into early cremation practices. Greeks, particularly the Mycenaeans, practiced cremation extensively. The ritual involved burning the body on a pyre, collecting the bones, and placing them in urns. Romans also embraced cremation, viewing it as a dignified and hygienic practice. The Romans developed elaborate cremation ceremonies and columbaria, structures designed to house cremation urns. These practices offer valuable insights into the beliefs and rituals surrounding death in ancient civilizations, highlighting the long and complex history of cremation. Today, cremation is a common choice for many. But what exactly happens during this process? Modern cremation relies on intense heat, not flames, to reduce a body to its basic elements. The process begins with the removal of medical devices such as pacemakers. The body is then placed in a combustible container and slid into a cremation chamber. The chamber, also known as a retort, is preheated to around 1400 to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Intense heat, not flames, is the primary agent of reduction. As the body is exposed to this heat, organic components break down through vaporization and oxidation. The entire process typically takes between 2 and 3 hours. After cremation, the remaining fragments, primarily bone, are carefully swept from the chamber. These fragments are then processed into a fine, sand-like consistency, commonly known as cremains or ashes. The cremains are typically placed in a container provided by the family or funeral home. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't involve multiple bodies being cremated simultaneously. Each cremation is performed individually, ensuring dignity and respect throughout the process. Understanding the modern cremation process can demystify the experience and allow individuals to make informed decisions about end-of-life choices. While the basic principles of cremation remain consistent, specific practices and rituals vary widely across cultures and religions. In India, for example, cremation holds deep religious significance, particularly within Hinduism. Open-air cremation on a pyre is the traditional method, often performed near a sacred river like the Ganges. Japan offers another unique perspective on cremation. With limited land availability, cremation has become the dominant practice. Japanese cremation often involves a ritual known as kotsuage, where family members use chopsticks to pick up bone fragments and transfer them to an urn. In recent years, alternative cremation methods have emerged, seeking to minimize environmental impact. Alkaline hydrolysis, also known as water cremation, uses water and a strong alkali solution to break down the body. This process uses less energy and produces fewer emissions than traditional cremation. Biocremation, another alternative, utilizes organic materials and mushroom spores to decompose the body. This method, while still in its early stages, offers a more sustainable approach to disposition. These diverse cremation practices reflect the adaptability of this ancient ritual, evolving to meet changing cultural, environmental, and spiritual needs. Cremation holds profound symbolism and offers hope. It represents the cycle of life, death, and renewal. Fire can destroy and create, symbolizing endings and new beginnings. Ashes hold deep meaning, offering comfort and closure. They can be scattered in meaningful locations or kept as keepsakes. Cremation symbolizes liberation and a return to a spiritual existence. Movies and television shows often depict cremation, but these portrayals can be misleading or sensationalized. From fiery explosions to sinister undertones, on-screen depictions often exaggerate the reality of the cremation process, perpetuating myths and misconceptions. One common trope involves cremation chambers malfunctioning, leading to explosions or gruesome discoveries. In reality, Modern cremation equipment is subject to rigorous safety standards and regular maintenance, making such incidents extremely rare. Another misleading portrayal involves the scattering of ashes. Movies often show ashes blowing back in mourners' faces, creating a comedic or undignified moment. In reality, funeral professionals provide guidance on scattering ashes respectfully and discreetly, often suggesting calm days and appropriate locations. While some films and shows strive for accuracy, many prioritize dramatic effect over factual representation. These portrayals can instill fear, reinforce negative stereotypes, and hinder open conversations about death and dying. It's essential to approach on-screen depictions of cremation with a critical eye and seek out accurate information from reputable sources. Section 6. Societal perceptions, confronting fear and embracing choice. Societal attitudes towards cremation have evolved from fear to acceptance. Increased secularization and environmental concerns have contributed to this shift. Open communication can address lingering fears. Ultimately, the choice of cremation is personal. Section 7. Faith and fire, cremation and religious beliefs. The relationship between cremation and religion is complex and varied. Some religions, like Hinduism and Buddhism, have long-standing traditions of cremation, viewing it as a sacred rite that releases the soul from the physical body. Other faiths, such as Christianity, have historically opposed cremation, associating it with the destruction of the body and hindering resurrection. However, religious views on cremation are evolving. Many Christian denominations have softened their stance on cremation, acknowledging it as a personal choice and offering cremation-friendly funeral rites. The Catholic Church, while still preferring burial, now permits cremation as long as the ashes are treated with respect and not scattered. Other religions, such as Judaism and Islam, generally discourage cremation, adhering to traditional burial practices. However, within these faiths, there are diverse interpretations and evolving perspectives on cremation, often influenced by cultural context and individual beliefs. When navigating the intersection of faith and cremation, open communication with religious leaders is crucial. They can provide guidance on specific doctrines, rituals, and alternatives that align with an individual's beliefs and provide spiritual support during a difficult time. Section 8. A personal choice, cremation as an expression of values. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to choose cremation is deeply personal, reflecting individual values, beliefs, and life experiences. For some, cremation represents a practical choice, offering affordability and flexibility in a rapidly changing world. For others, it holds spiritual significance, symbolizing a return to nature or a release from the physical body. Environmental concerns also factor into the decision-making process. Cremation, while not without its environmental impact, can be seen as a more sustainable option compared to traditional burial, which requires land use and embalming fluids. Biocremation and water cremation offer even more eco-friendly alternatives. Moreover, cremation allows for greater flexibility in memorialization. Ashes can be scattered in a meaningful location, interred in a cemetery, or incorporated into jewelry or other keepsakes. This versatility allows individuals to create personalized tributes that honor the deceased's life and legacy. The decision to choose cremation is a testament to the evolving nature of death practices. It reflects a growing acceptance of diverse beliefs, a desire for personalization, and a recognition of the interconnectedness between our lives and the environment. Section 9. Conclusion: cremation in a changing world. Cremation, once a practice shrouded in mystery and taboo, has emerged as a mainstream choice for many. From its ancient origins to its modern iterations, cremation has continuously evolved, reflecting changing cultural norms, religious beliefs, and technological advancements. As we navigate an increasingly complex world, cremation offers a sense of flexibility, personalization, and environmental consciousness. It allows individuals to honor their loved ones in ways that align with their values and beliefs, while also considering the practicalities of land use and resource consumption. While societal perceptions of cremation continue to evolve, open dialogue and education remain crucial. By confronting myths, dispelling fears, and promoting understanding, we can create a space where individuals feel empowered to make informed decisions about death and dying. Cremation, in its various forms, serves as a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death, offering both a solemn farewell and a hopeful embrace of the future.